But let's look at some of these clips of some of the things she did to get in trouble.
Get bigger? I low-key can't tell.
So this is some of the clips of what she did on her debut when she got banned.
Inspector, helpers, any Boba inspectors in chat? Did they get bigger? I low-key can't tell. Like, actually. It feels like they might have, but I might be placeboing myself. Great! Thank you so much for the 25 gifted!
Welcome back, my delinquents. We have court a case today, and it is about the VTuber Megalodon, who is a semi-well-known, pretty big VTuber in the Twitch space, and they just had their debut, and it resulted in a ban midstream. Now, this has somehow turned into, I'm going to use the word drama here. I know a lot of people don't like that word, but that's the only way I can really just describe this, because it kind of just rolled like a rock down a hill into more and more controversy, pretty much. So I will show receipts and everything to it, but the gist of it is she said that the ban was unjust, or implied it was, and it ruffled a lot of feathers, as a lot of people bring up information from her stream, documents, and about her outfit, about the section, and about the rules on Twitch, and then it turned into a discussion about a controversy back and forwards of should they get the same treatment as in real life girls, or should in real life girls be banned more often, etc. And I turned it into a conversation mainly asking what is everyone's preference, and that's a question I really want to ask everyone through this, that I find interesting here, is like, what is the desirable outcome of this back and forwards between VTubers and Twitch e-girls, as people put them, or, you know, booty streamers? Do we want equal treatment, as in to be treated the same with the current rules, so in real life girls will be banned more, or do we want VTubers banned less and in real life girls to be the same? Because realistically, you can't have both. If we want the rules to stay the same, or do we want the rules to be lightened, is the question here. But we're going to get into this story on the Megalodon back and forwards, because this kind of blew up, I think, further than it needed to go. And I just want to outline here that people don't think I'm picking on Megalodon here. A lot of people were like saying that she did this on purpose. Do I think she did this on purpose? I have no clue. It doesn't really matter in the end of the day. We don't know. I personally think her debut wasn't very out of the ordinary for VTubers. Realistically, showing off their outfit too long, etc. With the new rules that came out in the last 12 months, does it break the rules? Yeah, it does break the rules, because the rules just got tighter. So I think the way VTubers do debuts, especially if it's a more risque outfit, does need to change. Just based on that, you can no longer be up close to genitalia, boobs, vajayjay, your peen, whatever. You can't do that anymore for long periods of times, and it is pointed out in here that Megalodon does that for over a minute on all her body parts. I'll show you the clips, but I don't know if she did it on purpose. Hands in the air, it's none of my business. I don't know. I don't really think so. It is what it is. It's like, did she expect to get banned? Probably not. She probably just did what a lot of other people do with VTuber debuts and flew a little too close to the sun. And that's it. Because sometimes when you're a little bit of a, even on the risque side of streaming, sometimes you fuck up. Sometimes you just go a little too far and you don't realize it. And especially with how vague VTuber rules are right now, I don't blame her. Honestly, sometimes you just fuck around and you find out, and you have no way, and you didn't quite realize where you were, because honestly, the Twitch rules are vague as all hell, and sometimes you don't get hit, and sometimes you get hit for something you have no idea why. It was something completely else, or it was random. The only thing we have to go on is that they, on the reference to her ban, they said it was an attire issue. So we'll try and stick with that. But let's get to the story and go into the back and forwards on Twitter. Of course, it's Twitter having a bit of a cry about this, on what happened to Megalodon. Let's go. Okay, so this started off as banned. 1 day, 2 minutes they were banned for, and they have been unbanned. So I will start the story. They were banned, and it was only for the 24 hours. I'm pretty sure this is Megalodon's first ban. So most of the time, you don't think you're visible enough, in my experience, to get noticed for like little infractions. And I think that's completely fair, because a lot of VTubers are like, I'm just a little wee bean who's going to pay attention to me. And sometimes you are just in that zone, and people don't notice. And then you get hit, and you're like, oh no, someone's actually watching me now. Oh my god. I can understand that feeling on that. If any of their fans want to say in the comments here they've been banned before, everyone appreciates it. But yes, they have been unbanned. The very least, that's good news to start off with. When they were first banned, they started off with this comment that rubbed some people the wrong way, mainly implying that they did nothing wrong, also showing their main outfit, not their bikini outfit, which most likely is what got them the ban, and comparing themselves to other girls in the section, showing her body and her boobs and blah blah blah, and making a comparison. Honestly, I think making a comparison is okay, but I can't exactly remember the comments here, but apparently this got her a little bit of like backlash on here for hating on a fellow streamer that had nothing to do with the situation, which I understand the frustration, but yeah, this girl had nothing to do with the situation, so I do understand that. Could have accidentally got her in a lot of hate here, but I completely understand in the heat of the moment she was just upset. But I think someone has pointed out that this girl herself has also gotten banned many times. So that is another discussion that's coming up here, that a lot of people point out that in real life streamers do get banned. We just don't see them, maybe not as much as they should for this content, but they do get banned. And as one of the most popular examples of someone getting away with, murder on Twitch practically, getting away with just going full crazy, is the butt shake girl. And apparently she's been permabanned. So it shows a little bit of the misinformation that something gets spread around as, oh, look at her going on without getting punished at all, and she has been banned quite a lot. So that's something to keep in mind, that sometimes we're going to get half the story. But let's go into Megalodons. Okay, Twitch, what's going on? He made sure to be TOS friendly. Look at what this category shows. How is that fair? Twitch support, could you please look over my account? If I could get a reason as to why I was banned, then I'll make sure to make the correction to my tire. Some people pointed out she was in the water section for like 5 minutes, a very low amount, but also she didn't click that she had 18 plus material in her section, which probably could have saved her ass there, because all the girls do have 18 plus material. And it does give you a bit more leeway if you have that picked. And seeing she was like showing body parts, not saying like how lewd a bikini is or whatever, because I don't really care about bikinis. Honestly, I'm Australian, we don't care. Technically it is against Twitch's rules with their new rules with the hips and zooming in on genitalia, or cleavage, boobs, whatever, for too long periods of time. But we don't know if that actually would have completely saved her in this situation if she would have had 18 plus clicked. Here, I'm just showing this because this is hilarious. They were watching our live.
What the fuck happened?
And caught her getting banned live, which is just kind of hilarious. I wanted to include here of seeing that it's straight from the source.
Desi. We'll raid out soon. We're just gonna, once we get done with this hype train. I also know a cute Canadian streamer. Ooh, who? What happened? What the fuck happened?
Brutal.
No way! No way! I saw it live!
Yep, just banned completely live. Interesting. It's kind of cool to actually get it like live, because you only get it sometimes. Okay, we have Rima here who is defending the situation. This is very early on in the ban, where Megalodon had claimed that they didn't do anything wrong and that they were in the hot and pool section for most of the directory time, which was not correct. But Megalodon later on does mention that she realizes, after a lot of people point out certain things, that some stuff she was doing could have been in breach of TOS, especially the newer, stricter VTuber rules. So this is before, but I understand the coming out in defense for your fellow VTuber, because a lot of the time we don't know why people get banned. Twitch has now banned Megalodon after her new debate. She was streaming in the pools and hot tub factory while she had the swimsuit on and claimed she followed all the rules. Twitch, are you okay? So I do understand like wanting to fight against the double standard here, especially seeing I don't care if they keep the rules as strict as long as there's not a double standard. Ideally, I think they should lighten it a little bit, because the hips is kind of dumb. It's just hips. So I feel like we should at least be able to have a proper bikini of sorts, But I'm completely fine with them keeping the whole genital rules. It's cool. I don't want to see that on Twitch. But yeah, especially seeing we all know how quick is, so I don't think going 18 plus is a real solution for Twitch, as we know how feral the internet can get. But then we go into the clips, and this is when things start explaining more of what could have been the reason for Megalodon getting banned. I really do think this is some kind of new matter, doing things that are obviously breaking TOS, then running into Twitter and claiming they were banned for no reason in order to get a little bit of clout. Zooming in like this is while taking your hips, obvious ban. This is against the rules. Zooming in on genitalia or the hips, highlighting the hips probably is a mistake. Seeing they just came out with a harsher ban on this, which they hit like a bunch of VTubers at once at the time for it. Do I think this person's a bit too harsh on her? Yeah, probably it's a bit too harsh. I do not pretend to be in the mind of every VTuber or know the exact reason why they did this, but honestly, I don't think what they did on their debut, showing off their model, is that different than what a lot of VTubers do. It's just the rules are getting stricter and stricter. And some VTubers get hit, some don't. So a lot of people go through this in their debut, not realizing that they could potentially get hit because everyone else does it. But let's look at some of these clips of some of the things she did to get in trouble.
Get bigger? I low-key can't tell.
So this is some of the clips of what she did on her debut when she got banned.
Inspector, Elpers, any Booba inspectors in chat? Did they get bigger? I low-key can't tell. Like, actually. It feels like they might have, but I might be placeboing myself. Great! Thank you so much for the 25 gifted! Thank you! Booba inspector, Elpers.
Like, let's be real here. We are all aware that zooming in on your titties and on chat and clapping them, especially for, I think these clips are timed from 20 seconds to a minute, that's bannable. You're gonna get in trouble for that. So she was playing with some fire here. That has been around for most of this year, as far as I'm aware, the no zooming in on body parts for long periods of time. I understand that, like, sometimes when you're on chat, you zoom in and you don't realize how long it is, per se, but I do think it is breaking the rules. I can see why this could have got them. This could have got them an attire ban. And this is another clip of around 30 seconds where they do something similar, but with the panty areas.
Yay! Look! Look at how educational this is! Guys, I didn't know Twitch could be this educational, I'm not gonna lie. Man, it's a great day to be existing in VTuber land. Holy wow, you can really see the education on the physics for the thighs this time.
As a lot of people point out, the whole education thing is there's a lot of leeway on YouTube and here where education gets you away with a lot looter stuff. So some people also say, if you go Twitch, if you ban me, haha, or something, or you kind of joke about getting banned or like skirting the rules, Twitch is actually more likely to ban you if they catch you doing that. I don't know if that's true though, but yeah, this could imply that she had a vague idea that this could be seen as rule breaking, zooming in on her. For JJ here.
Look at, are you being educated as hard as I am right now? Are you? I need to make sure because I don't want to be the only one learning all this knowledge, you know? Yay! Look! Look at how educational this is!
You can kind of see where this could have been breaking the TOS rules. And yes, some people should be getting banned in their live section, but that doesn't change the fact that this ban was most likely deserved. Don't come at me, but based on their current rules, especially even the lighter ones, this is probably the entire reason they got banned. It may not even be the hips or the underwear specifically, but the zooming in on there. But unfortunately, because they won't give you details, you don't know what to fix. So that's unfortunate there and annoying. I do wish they would outline a bit better or attach a clip or something like YouTube does sometimes, but it is what it is. A lot of backlash was happening, as we saw that one, like, criticizing her, had 6,000 likes, etc., pointing out that she may not be as innocent and, like, not in the wrong with the ban as she could have been, which, yeah, sometimes you don't even realize, like, how bad it is, especially, like, with certain content, because I'm told, like, because I've mainly only seen them online, Twitter, not their streams. Megalodon is on the sussy side. I'm not going to say a lewd tuber, but a sussy side, so you may not realize how sus what you're doing is, because you do it every day, and you just don't realize. So, I do wish to say that after looking over this with a clearer head, I do feel this was unfair of me to draw the comparison between her bikini and my normal attire. There should never be a reason for me to try and drag down another creator. I'm sorry if this post was misleading to some or came off as disingenuous. I do think, yeah, probably should have compared it to the outfit she was wearing, because she was wearing, like, just the undies, I guess, or the bikini underneath. Yeah, usually it's not great because you don't want to accidentally bully someone, I guess, but that's my opinion. Like, I can understand, like, trying to draw a comparison of, well, why. And here we go. This is a really good comment here. I think, in my opinion, sending hate towards the people doing what is allowed is wrong. But calling out Twitch's inconsistency with their TOS enforcement is definitely warranted. And I would feel like that's still warranted in her complaint, that Twitch's TOS enforcement is still crap. It still doesn't work very well. They are still not saying what actually breaks TOS, and it does feel like VTubers are put harsher than in real life streamers. No matter the ratio of bans so far, it seems they get banned for lighter stuff, and I completely agree with that. But I do disagree with the fact that people saying it's fine because Twitch favors them. I don't think there is a good reason to bully or harass other people in general, and it just shouldn't be done. And I don't think that wasn't her intent at all, but I do agree with her here that, like, making the comparison could have unwarranted outcomes that she doesn't want, and that's completely fair. And then this discussion then goes into Alaria, the elf VTuber, who was going over the bans and trying to figure out a bit of why the pool section wasn't a safe zone for Megalodon. VTubers, you need to know this. With the recent ban, decided to take a deeper look into what was going on. Also had him the misconception that pools, hot tubs, and beaches category was considered a safe zone. This is not the case, as most in-real-life streamers showing under boob, hips, etc. also have the sexual themes content classification turned on. If you plan to zoom in on sensitive parts, turn the classification on. That was the word I was looking for. It's like zooming in on sensitive parts, air quotes. That said, this information is not transparent at all, and they should have warned Mega instead of a full day ban. She even tried by moving to the correct category. I would say the thing is, Twitch doesn't really do warnings. I understand they're overwhelmed and stuff. It would be nice, but they don't do warnings. As far as I can tell, people just get hit with bans randomly. So unfortunately, you shouldn't expect a warning from Twitch most of the time. Usually the 1 day ban is kind of your warning, unfortunately. So your content is still required to be in the correct category and apply the applicable content classification labels. And that's really the part that Alaria really thinks hit them. And I have to kind of agree, that sounds right. That even if she was in the pool section, you still need to be labeled correctly and have the 18+, because 18+ filter and, you know, labeling as an 18+ stream seems to be the most important part, probably because that's where advertisers are going to complain the most. So that is good to know here, and for anyone who needs it, this is where you find it in these labels and classifications, sexual themes, and make sure you do them properly. You also have to even label when you're drinking and stuff like that. So important to take your content classification seriously. And I feel like that does make a lot of sense there, because even zooming in on those areas, if she had done those, she may not have been banned. So even though against the rules, air quotes, in that section under that content classification, she may not have got banned. And that's why I'm giving her a lot of leeway on this. People may be like, you're so soft. I don't care. I personally am giving her a lot of leeway on this because I can understand if she didn't know you had to do those things, she would have assumed she had more leeway in those sections. Which is also fair, because you don't know everything as a content creator. It's impossible. You have to learn. And that kind of brings us to the end of them getting unbanned and talking about it a little bit here. But I do kind of take 1 day bans as more of a warning per se, because Twitch has no major warning system, unfortunately. But I do think this is a good conversation to be had. What outcome do we want? Because a lot of people take these situations in the VTubing community to bully in real life girls, where I don't think that's really the case. If you like sus tubers and loot tubers and stuff, I don't think you should have the moral high ground and then go bully sus in real life girls. I personally think there is a compromise in here. When we're discussing this with Twitch, it should be more about fairness. If they don't want to change their rules, in real life streamers should be treated the same. Same with VTubers. Same with VR chat. Controversial for some, but I think VR chat shouldn't have its own rules. It just breeds even more toxic behavior on that side, in my opinion. So I think we should just be fighting for a standard and some fairness in the situation. Ideally, I would like to see the hip rule removed, because I think it's kind of crazy in general. It's a bit weird. They're just hips, okay? But I do understand us obeying the rules. If everyone obeys the rules, we should obey the rules. And if you push those rules, you might get banned. That leaves me to what you guys think. What do you think is the ideal situation outcome for these Twitch rules and the Twitch bannings? Do you just want to be treated fairly? Do you think VTubers shouldn't be treated on the same level in real life streamers? What is the ideal outcome here without becoming giant hypocrites, I suppose? What do you think of this ban? Okay, guys, remember, no hate to anyone. Stay cool, stay chill. In the end of the day, it's just the internet. But don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell, and leave a comment below. It helps me with the algoro and the algorithm and stuff so I can make more videos of varying types for you, my delinquents. Okay, I'll catch you next time.